Hi, this is Floston. The message I want to put out there has really been in my mind for a very long time. And it has to do with people connecting with their source. They discover the love that lives inside of them, the higher being that they're a part of. And then when they leave their church or their place of worship, they fall asleep. Something happens, they get into the car, they've left the church, they're no longer resonating with that vibration, and they get into their car, they leave the church parking lot, and they fall back asleep. They get onto the road after they've just eaten the wafer, the communion, and drank the wine, which is the blood and the body of Christ, and they're supposed to be more Christ-like. That's the intention, is that when you bless this food, this sacrament, that it's supposed to take on the vibration of Christ, and you take this into your body. And so the idea is that you're supposed to take on that resonance and carry it with you as you leave your place of worship. So people get behind the wheel of an automobile and they get on the road and they start honking and they start cursing and they start yelling at people. And all that commitment, all that dedication, all that enthusiasm about, yes, I'm going to love my neighbor, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be a different person, and I'm going to share the love that's inside of me, I'm going to spread the light that's inside of me. They really, I think people genuinely intend to do that, and they fall asleep. And it's really easy to do when you've been falling asleep for years. It's so easy to just go back into that old pattern. And it really takes a commitment on the part of a human being to say that every day when I get up, I'm going to love my neighbor. I'm going to spread that joy. I'm going to be the light in the world to people when they forget who they are when they fall asleep. And I see people out there who are just so loving, and they just spread their light. And because I haven't fallen asleep, they're an inspiration to me. And I have conversations with people on the phone, and I can tell when they're consciously spreading their light and they haven't fallen asleep. And I can tell how loving they are, and it feels so good. And I don't even have to say anything to them. When I hang up the phone, I know that person has taken on the commitment to not only spread their light, they've taken on the commitment to stay awake. They've decided not to fall asleep and go back to that pattern of going into the anger and going into the rage, the road rage, the jealousy, the judgment. People get into their head about how this person is or isn't meeting up to my standards, and therefore they're not worthy of love or my love. And the truth is that we all love all the time, and we look for reasons not to love. That's the message. Stay awake. Try and be a light to other people. If you can stay awake and you can spread that love, and you can seriously take on that commitment, not just say in church, or not just say on New Year's Eve, or not just say after you have your heart attack, or not just say after your mother, your father, or your brother dies, or your best friend passes away. If you make a serious commitment and you consciously, moment to moment, decide you're going to stay awake and you're going to spread love, and you're going to be an inspiration to people in your life, then you're one of those people that I want to embrace, and I want to pat you on the back and just give you all sorts of support. And if you fall asleep, you fall asleep. And the next time you see this video, you'll remember it again, and maybe after the 100th time, you'll wake up, or the 500th time, or whatever, and you'll say, you know what, this time I'm not going to fall asleep. It's okay, but just be aware that when you make that commitment to share that love and to share that light, at some point you might fall asleep, and then you have to wake up again, and just all you do is just recommit, and it becomes a habit. And the more you do it, the stronger it gets, and eventually you don't fall asleep anymore. So thanks for watching, and take care.